What's up, everybody? This is Brennan from Vape and Bob, and
Heather.
also from Vape and Bob. It's kind of our channel. Coming at you today with a juice review of the Potion XXIV, or 24 if you can read Roman numerals. Start off with, sorry it's been so long, guys. Had gobs and gobs of issues occur, and but we're back. We got lots to talk about. But we're going to start off with this review over here. And we got these from vaporcraze.net. There'll be a link in the description. And we took advantage of one of their Cyber Monday sales. Unfortunately, if you missed out on it, sorry. They gave us the entire line of the Potion 24s at the low price of like $12.93 after their 15% off coupon. Now these are usually $11 for a 15 mil. So you do the math. We got 9 bottles of juice over here. So it's going to be kind of a long review, and we're going to start this off with a public service announcement. Taste is subjective. What we may like, you may hate, and vice versa. It's a beautiful thing about this community. There is lots to choose from. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. What we're going to start today with is Pure. Get right up in there. It's probably the least exciting bottle that they offer. Read the description.
The description is, refresh yourself on the daily with Pure. There's nothing like a tall glass of water infused with cucumber, lemon, and lime.
Now, this is a 50-50 blend juice. Also, Merry Frickin' Christmas. So, it's a 50% VG, 50% PG. The flavor comes off really well, and it can produce a pretty decent amount of vapor. I mean, it does alright. So, here we go. We're going to start with Pure. Thoughts?
It's okay, but to me it reminds me of a Sprite, and I'm not very big on Sprite.
Oh, this is our dog.
Say hi, everybody.
It would help if I'm in camera. I mean, I have to agree, it does have that very soda-y flavor, but you can definitely see where the cucumber and the lime come through. And to me, I get such a hint of kiwi that it's kind of obscene that it's not in there. It is not green, in case you were wondering. It might be a very light green. Nowhere near the radiator fluid if you've ever tried that. But it's pretty clear. Wow. So, all in all, if you'd like a really light and refreshing vape, it's going to be a good one for you. If you're more into a flavor-heavy concoction, maybe not, because it is very light, and it's very light on flavor, but it comes across really well. Definitely one to cleanse your palate. Okay. Want to tell them what we're doing next?
Next, we are going to be doing Dragon. It's a strawberry custard.
Okay. So here we have Dragon, and as you can see, now we're starting to get into a little bit more of a interesting bottle design, well, label design anyway. And from here on out, they're all going to be pretty much like that. I mean, they all won't have a dragon on them, of course, but they start to get more involved with what they are. So, description, dear?
The description of Dragon is the sweet heat of strawberry custard deliciousness will get you fired up.
it's certainly a strawberry custard. That's going to be a given mostly because of the name of it and the description of the flavor. The thing is, it's very subtle. You get more of a custard on the intake and a little bit more of the strawberry on the exhale. Do another two. Yeah, it's tasty though. I wouldn't call it an all-day vape, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of it. I'm actually making it as my one. But yes, to me it kind of reminds me of a strawberry cake. I'm a very big fan of strawberry, so
Yeah.
it's a good one.
I'd say it's reminiscent of a strawberry cheesecake. Just
Yeah.
because it's got the milky tones. But it is very heavy on the custard. So if you like a nice custardy vape, you'd be pretty well set going on the Dragon from Potion 24. And what we're using today is the iGo-M version 2 with 8 wraps of 22 gauge, ohms out at about 0.25. And just regular old Walgreens brand organic cotton balls. Next we have the Last Emperor, which is a very interesting one, and we will discuss that as soon as we finish changing out this cotton and rejuicing. So stick around. Okay, so here we have the Last Emperor, and if you're a big fan of Japanese or Chinese art or anything like that, you can appreciate this style of house. I'm sorry, it doesn't really come across on the camera very well, but it is it's like an imperial type house. Very, very nice. I mean, they've done very well on it. And let me tell you, I've never felt like I've ever done anything that has felt like I was doing the news so much. So, back to Heather in the newsroom with the description of this juice.
Dragon.
I already did Dragon beer.
Sorry,
On
Last Emperor. Last Emperor is a butterscotch caramel tobacco. The description is sweet and savory, perfectly blended with tobacco.
Oh, it can be a bit of a tongue twister. So yeah, I get more of like a Werther's butterscotch than anything. After it sits for a little bit, then you can kind of start to get a really extremely subtle tobacco note. But for the most part, it's straight butterscotch and caramel. So,
I like this one. I'm a very big fan of butterscotch. I like a lot of fruity and candy flavors, but that's just me. I do also get a lot of butterscotch and caramel, but at the end it's straight tobacco, and I'm not a fan of tobacco.
So basically, if you're a fan of really sweet tobaccos, well, they never really made a cigarette that tasted anything close to this.
No.
But if you like a really sweet tobacco note mixed in with a heavy, heavy amount of butterscotch, then this one might just be for you. Now, also wanted to say that a big shout out to the guys over at Vapor Craze, because they are, from what I've talked to them, they seem to be a really small operation. I know they have at least one store out in Santa Monica, California. Now, I know I talked to at least one person. I might have talked to him twice. But great, down to earth guys, the kind of people that you could see yourself having a beer with, or 10. And just really, really very, very people oriented, which is something I really appreciate. and they have given us the full go-ahead to do this, which is something I was really hoping for, but was also kind of worried since, they sent us a whole line, and we barely paid anything. I mean, we make that in like 2 hours. So, alright, now that that's out of the way, we're going to continue on with a Japanese type motif with geisha.
Geisha is a peach cream nut. Stay tuned.
Alright, here we have geisha. Now, for those of you who do not know what a geisha was, a geisha in Japanese history was essentially just a really beautiful woman who you could kind of hire to be seen on your arm, but not quite like a prostitute, but kind of. So, just a way to look at it is they were beautiful and dolled themselves up. So, it seems really fitting that it would be a peach and cream, right?
Yeah. Peach cream and nut.
Now, what we mean by nut is not, oh, well, hey, here's a peanut or a macadamia nut. It's hints of it, the little subtleties. And a lot of these flavors are very complex, but even though they don't seem like it, but they're very complex in a subtle, subtle way. So, here we go with both of our takes on geisha. If you're a fan of really peach-heavy juices, you may or may not like this because the peach is definitely there, and it's there in a pretty big way, but not an over-the-top way. It's not like, oh, hey, peach to their face. It's not a drive-by fruiting, but it's very subtle. In with that, the cream really mellows it out, and on the exhale and aftertaste, that's where I really pick up on something that's similar to like a macadamia nut or almost like a pecan, but not quite as bitter as a pecan. Oh yeah, I forgot the description.
Okay, well, we forgot the description. So, the description is savory peach blend with nutty, creamy undertones.
They're definitely under.
Yeah. I like geisha, but once again, I like fruity flavors. It's the peach cream, basically, with a little bit of nut. I wouldn't say that it is an all-day vape. I mean, I could definitely vape it and be satisfied, but probably not something I would do all day.
And this is something I think that goes with basically all 9 of these flavors. They're quite tasty, but you really miss out on all the nuances of the flavor in an RDA. So, they're not for cloud chasing unless you really want to try cloud chasing with a 50/50, but it might be a touch difficult unless you get it in zero nick. But in something like a K-Fun or hell, an Orchid would treat these so well because the flavor you get on an Orchid is bellissimo. So, you gotta kind of think about these things. It's not necessarily a dripping juice, although it did seem like it because of the glass bottles with the drippers on it. But you can still try it with different things. I plan on taking at least 1 or 2 of these and throwing it in my Orchid here in the next few days. So, if you really want to taste these, for once in my life, I'm going to say that a dripper is not the way to go. You'll catch on to it, but you won't catch the nuances because there's too much airflow, and the chamber on an RDA is usually too large to really taste all the flavors. So, what do we have next?
Next, we have Sacred Jackfruit Exotic Mist Flavor.
Can't wait to see what this exotic before we forget. Description.
Okay, the description of sacred is jackfruit exogenous flavor. The description is a rare tropical delight. The jackfruit is often described as a combo of apple, pineapple, mango, and banana, all in one.
So if anyone knows where to find a jackfruit, I'm curious because I want to try it. Or if anyone even knows what it looks like. So if someone can post a picture even of what it looks like in the comment section, that would be great.
I've never heard of a jackfruit either.
I've heard of a jacked off. What the hell, that's a bird. It's definitely an exotic fruit. For those of you who have a dirty mind, as you can see, there's no exotic dancers. There's nothing coming out of my mouth except words and vapor. So, it is definitely exotic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the most flavorful of the fruity type vapes out there, but it has a very nice mellow flavor. It'd be one, I don't know, it'd be one maybe after a spicy meal.
Yeah, they're kind of cool down in your mouth.
Yeah. Kind of like the Pure, only...
The Pure would just completely rinse the
yeah.
spice right out.
Less spearmint.
Yeah.
But all in all, good. If you like the really fruity flavors, like I said, in an RTA or even like a Protect, this would probably be leaps and bounds better. But in something like this, you lose a lot of it, and it's good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably put it at about 6.5, just because it is kind of light on the flavor.
Yeah. Let's see. My thoughts on sacred. I get a lot of the apple and the pineapple. And a little bit of the mango. I don't really get any banana. But then again, there's quite a few flavors that kind of mesh in together. So
Yeah, it's very fruity, but it's not heavy. It's a very light fruit. So if you're a bigger fan of heavier or heady vapes, stay away from Sacred. But if you like a nice fruity flavor, really light, then yeah, it'd probably be great for you. And what's the harm in trying it if you can? Because vaporcraze.net also offers a try 3 or 5-pack sample. You get 3 milliliter bottles of 5 of these, and I believe it's Sin, Dragon, The Last Emperor. I'm pretty sure Sacred is on there. Maybe Capone. Maybe Split. I don't know. There's like 9. But if you hop on vaporcraze.net and search Potion XXIV, you'll see their whole list. There's 10 different listings, and 9 of them are the 15 mil bottles. They do offer a 30 mil now. I found that out today. And if you find one that you really like in the 120 mils, they can make it a max VG. At least that's what I was told by the first guy I talked to. So, let's see, what's next? Ooh, I like this one.
Next is Sacrifice. Guava. Stay tuned. Okay. Sacrifice Guava. The description is trouble in paradise. Not after you try this tropical guava flavor. Go ahead and give in the vaping gods must be appeased.
It's a bloody volcano.
It is a volcano.
So, it's a volcano. during our break, we change batteries. And every time we cut to a new flavor, we can change our cotton. So this is fresh cotton. And let me tell you, the guava really comes through. It's still pretty light, but you can really taste the guava. It's almost like biting into a guava.
Yeah.
There's not really a whole lot more there that I can tell. I mean, maybe a little bit of extra sweetener to kind of bring more of it out. If anything, I'd say maybe like honey, because it does have that extra little sweetness to it.
Vanilla.
What was the other one I said that had some kind of honey in it? The last emperor?
Yeah, last emperor.
Another thing to add to the last emperor, I think there's a touch of honey in there too. So, if anything, they're continuing on with a little bit of honey in a lot of these. So it is pretty sweet, and it's a very, very light thing. It's almost like the Sacred, only more of just the guava. There's not a bunch of other flavors to really compare it to. It's a whole lot of guava.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else you hear to add?
No, it tastes just like guava, and it's a fruity flavor, so I kind of like it. Once you know an all-day vape, but I'm very picky.
Yes, she is. It's kind of ridiculous. You'd think with just being a menthol smoker a year ago, oh, whatever, it's all the same. But no, everything's got to be different.
I don't want my what can I say?
For those of you that didn't see it, I was using Sacred bottle. Keeping my mouth shut. Alright, so what's next on the chopping block?
The next one is Capone. Robust, cigar, tobacco, subtle sweet notes.
I was a big cigar fan. I loved tobacco. And some of you, we will return after we change into cotton. This is Capone.
A man with a cigar.
Named after Al Capone. Vicious gangster. Hence the cigar. So, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but we kind of have this little tablet pad here. Well, this is what we wrote down all the descriptions and the names of the juice on. She did all the writing because apparently my handwriting is atrocious. I can read it just fine.
It is barely legible.
As this one. So, I kind of abbreviated. I know that's not the word I'm thinking of. Paraphrase, that's the word. Paraphrase, but this one deserves the full amount. So,
The description of Capone. Here you guys have a bold cigar flavor with the perfect hint of subtle sweetness. You see? This very special blend transforms a very robust cigar tobacco into a warm and complex experience you will have to try to believe.
yeah. And they're not joking.
A cigar flavor the Big Boss would be proud to make.
Even though they didn't have personal vaporizers in the 30s, but if you were still alive and, had he not been in prison for, crimes against essentially humanity, he might have enjoyed this.
Well, here we go. I'm not a fan of tobacco. Definitely tobacco. Yep.
It is very complex. You wouldn't think that any kind of tobacco could be complex, but as a tobacco aficionado, back when I still smoked, there are plenty of different types of tobacco, and each have their own little subtle nuances. This one is no exception. They did a wonderful, wonderful job making this juice. It comes off really strong, but then as it sits, it really mellows out. This would be one that I personally, I can make it all day, but I'm a big fan of tobacco. So, on this one, I'm going to try and give an unbiased opinion. but as a big fan of tobacco, this one gets a big 9.5 out of 10 from me. And the feminine point of view,
0.
Oh, come. You gotta be a little nicer.
Okay, I'm kidding. It is not that bad, but I myself would not rate it.
So this is where it gets into that heady, kind of heavy vape. It is a much heavier vape than any thus far, except maybe the last Emperor and Dragon. They were both kind of heady.
Yeah.
But this one, it's very heady, but it's got a wonderful flavor as well. It's quite tasty in my personal opinion.
I can't get enough of Dragon.
Well, taste is subjective after all.
Agreed.
So we are almost done. We have 2 left. And here we go. What's next?
Please don't go anywhere. We will be right back. First, thin cinnamon roll. Yummy. The description of thin is Maestro the mysterious flavor master creates a sweet buttery cinnamon roll. So simple, bad, it must be good.
Not a sinfully.
Simply bad, it must be good.
Also Maestro.
Wow. Sorry.
So, as you can see by the bottle art, I mean, I know it's not going to come through body art, label art. It's not going to come through perfectly on this webcam, but basically it is a naked woman. But just the backside. So if you're big fans of keeping everything family friendly, maybe try to block this one out. It doesn't show anything major, but still the fact that it's a naked woman. Anyway, on to the flavor.
I think this one's going to go great with my French vanilla coffee.
It is certainly a cinnamon roll. You can get lots of that cinnamon flavor, especially in the aftertaste. It is kind of like biting into a cinnamon roll, because that cinnamon always seems to stay at the roof of your mouth. That's what this does. So, it's quite tasty. I kind of want to eat it. But well, yeah. Public service announcement. Don't drink your juice. What's in the news?
Next?
No. You gotta give your impression.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sin is definitely a very yummy flavor.
I think this was her first time doing this.
It is my first time. It's a very yummy flavor. It is definitely a cinnamon roll. Like one of those homemade cinnamon rolls, not the ones that you buy from the store. It's hard to explain. You would just have to try it to, well, like the description says. It's so simply bad, it must be good.
Except there's nothing bad about it. It's just quite damn tasty.
Yeah.
And it just dawned on me. One of us is gonna have to change.
Why?
We're almost in the same color.
So, I like blue. It's cute. We're matching.
I don't know this woman. Alright, so what's next on the chopping block?
Next, we have split.
This is one that I really like, especially, well, not the flavor so much as the label art. You'll see in just a moment. So here we have the last juice of the evening. Well, kind of. We've still got an ending to do, but this is the last juice that we will actually be reviewing for you. So, for your viewing pleasure,
Split. Banana split. The description. Banana splits are all American like hot dogs and pinup girls. We decided to go with banana splits. Pinup girl is a close second.
it's Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Isn't that awesome? If there's any art buffs out there, you'll appreciate this one. So I'm going to start this off with a bit of a disclaimer. I am not a fan of banana at all.
He's about a fan of banana as I am tobacco.
Very good comparison. Now, on the smell, this smells exactly like a banana runt. And it tastes like one too. Of all the juices that we reviewed for you this evening, this is by far my least favorite. Is it good? Yeah, by all means, it's a great juice. Do I like the flavor? No. But here we go back to the public service announcement as before. Taste is subjective. And so subjective that I am not going to take another drink. So.
It's yummy. It does taste like a banana run. You like banana. I like banana. Like I said, I like fruity flavors. I know I'm being kind of repetitive, but anyway, I like fruity flavors. So banana is awesome. Banana split, whatever you want to call it, is awesome. I think, anyway. He's changing the cotton. Because he does not like it.
And to quell any rumors that may occur that we are not changing our cotton, this is what I do between every take.
Well, I take out the cotton and he puts the new cotton in because I have textures you do not like cotton. So he does all my re-wicking with my mods.
Re-wicking, rebuilding, pretty much everything. Maintenance.
Yeah.
So for all you guys out there, that have either gotten your women to vape with you, or they got you to start vaping like this one did me, I hope you feel me on this, because it can be kind of a pain in the tuchus, right guys? Okay, so that is all we have for you this evening. Well, for the most part, with juice reviews anyway. Now, if you're tired of public service announcements, I apologize. When you change out your cotton and your RDAs, be careful. Because when you clean the gunk off your coil, this one manages to burn herself every time.
Every time. I burned my hand.
So, be careful. And I mean, you should be careful with this kind of stuff anyway, just because it can go bad. But, all in all, how I feel about the Potion 24 juices is, overall, I like them. Would I purchase them again? Maybe.
I would.
I might not purchase the whole line again, but I could see myself getting Capone or even Pure every now and then.
Dragon for me.
Yeah, Dragon was good too. But all in all, it's going to be up to you. This is just our take. So, again, vaporcraze.net, and these guys are great. I definitely see myself ordering from them again, and I don't like to order juice. I don't like to order anything because, quite frankly, I don't like waiting. Now, as I said in the very beginning, yes, ma'am. As I said in the beginning, I took advantage of one of their Cyber Monday sales, and that's how I got these 9 juices for under $13. Now, what I expected, because what I thought that I had read on the sale was, I think it was, what, 5?
Yeah.
It was 5 different juices, and plus you get a free juice with every order. So I had expected about 75 milliliters. And, you know, with Cyber Monday, of course, they had a lot of business. Because I called the next day or 2 days after I ordered it. I think I called on a Wednesday. I talked to a guy, I think his name was Brian. Either Brian or Sean, one of the two. And he told me that, because they had so many, it would take a little while longer. When I finally got that it had shipped, I got that notification on, I think it was either Thursday or Friday, and I just paid for regular shipping. So, of course, what USPS said was, oh yeah, you'll have it by Tuesday, December 9th. For those of you who catch this on the day that it's uploaded, you realize that today is December the 9th. I got these yesterday. So all in all, it took a week to get it. Now, that being said, it didn't ship until, I think, Thursday. Either Thursday or Friday. So if you look at that, they are very quick to get the things that you order to you. And I really appreciate that as a consumer. And the fact that we ended up with 135 milliliters as opposed to 75, that was a huge plus.
You're very, very excited about it.
Yeah, I walked to the post office and walked back, and as I was walking back, I opened the box, and I was like, oh, okay, there's 4. There's another pack of 4, and there's my other bottle. Holy crap. I had them all laid out on the table, and I'd be just doing what I was doing, and every now and then I would just stop and stare at all of this juice. It's wunderbar. Great. So, to the guys over at vaporcraze.net,
thank you.
And big ups to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, because we really appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else that you have dealt with personally has appreciated it as well. So, as soon as we can, I'm going to get back into doing videos. My plan is to do a video a week. Now, you'll start to notice that I'm running out of things to review, but that being said, I have a lot of knowledge that I plan on passing on, and every now and then I just feel like ranting. So, there will be vlogs to be expected, hopefully every week, every other week. I don't want to go another 2 months without posting a video because I really want to be out there to help you guys. Because this is what it's about.
We don't like smokers.
No, there's that too. It's all about the community, and the vaping community has gotten so exponentially large in just the past 2 years. And I'm really excited about it because tomorrow marks my 1-year anniversary of quitting smoking.
Mine was the best.
So we've done it. You can too, and if you've already made the switch and have completely quit,
Yay!
Exactly. And if you still know people who haven't quit, this is the season of giving, and it's not too much, and it may save someone's life. Don't push it on them, of course. We don't want to try and make people feel pressured to convert. We want them to convert on their own. But a helpful nudge can't hurt. So, as you've met one other member of my family, now it's time to meet the other.
Langston, come here, baby.
Alrighty. So, this is the main reason that we started this. Isn't that right, baby? So, from all of ours to all of yours, this is Brennan.
Heather. Langston.
From Vape and Bob. And we hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. We plan on seeing you again soon.
Have a wonderful day and holiday, and be well.